Chapter 49. Without hesitation, Tiao Jin handed over his pouch from his waist, and Lincoln followed suit. Tian, looking a bit uneasy, hesitated for a moment, but eventually gave up her pouch as well. Knowing she was at a disadvantage, Tizhou took all the pouches, sat down to work on something, and soon tossed aside an empty pouch. Standing up, he said to the three, "We earned 5 people's worth this time, a total of $95. That number can't be evenly split among 4, but if we add the one we had left from the start, we make it 96. So 24 for each." He handed the 3 pouches back to them. "I've already sorted them for you. Make sure to count them now. I won't take responsibility later." T quickly grabbed her pouch and counted $24. Not one missing. Lincoln and Yao Jin hung their pouches back onto their waists without counting. "Aren't you going to count?" Tizhou said. "I'm a trickster, remember." "No need," Lincoln replied with a shake of her head. "If I find I'm short later, I'll just take it from you." "Exactly. Don't try that trick with us." Yao Jin waved dismissively. "Where to next?" Tizhou glanced at the bare arm in Yao Jin's hands and, after thinking for a moment, said, "Let's go eat something." Their idea was simple. If they could cook the bare arm, they could eat it no matter what it tasted like, as long as it filled their stomachs. However, in this ruined city, it was extremely difficult to find the necessary items for cooking. Clean water, a pot, a lighter, none of these were available. They wandered through abandoned buildings for over an hour without finding anything. When they reached the deserted restaurant, Yao Ji finally couldn't take it anymore. "This isn't working," he said, throwing the bare arm to the ground and stretching his sore wrist. "We're hauling around this 50-pound hunk of meat. We'll die from exhaustion even if we don't starve." "Thanks for the hard work," Lincoln said with a smile. "Do you want me to carry it for a bit?" "No, it's fine. This place looks promising." Tian said, surveying the restaurant. It wasn't as badly damaged as other places. Sure enough, after searching around a bit, they found an aluminum pot under a table. It looked reasonably clean, though slightly deformed. "There's wood everywhere," Tizhou said, looking at the broken furniture on the ground. "But we're still short on water and fire. I'll check the kitchen," Tian said, heading toward the back. "Maybe there's water there." Tizhou nodded slightly, but then reconsidered. "Yao Jin, go with her. Watch out for the natives." "Good point," Yao Jin agreed, heading after Tian. But before he could take 3 steps, they heard Tian's voice in the distance. "Huh? What are you doing here?" Sis, you're here too." The voice responding was female. Tizhou and Yao Jin rushed to the kitchen. When they opened the door, they found the plump girl standing there, affectionately holding Tian's arm. "You're all here. What a coincidence," she said with a sweet smile. Tizhou eyed the woman coldly, clearly displeased. "Were you following us?" "Huh?" The girl feigned disbelief. "How could that be? I was here first." Yao Jin was equally unsure of what was happening. Why would this girl be waiting for them here? "Are you looking for something?" the girl asked. "Yes. We're looking for water and fire," Tian answered. "Water and fire?" The girl giggled. "Well, you're in luck they're both here." Under Xia's watchful gaze, the girl led Tian to a cupboard. She tiptoed, opened the door, and revealed several plastic containers, each filled with clean water. Then she pulled a lighter from her pocket. "See? Tizhou found it all too coincidental. Like everything was staged." Tian happily accepted the lighter from the girl and asked, "Young lady, are you really lending this to us?" "Oh, sis, don't be so formal." The girl smiled innocently. "We survivors should help each other out." Tian immediately felt a warmth toward her and thanked her profusely. "What do you want in return?" Tizhou asked from the side. The plump girl looked confused and replied, "What do I want? Nothing. I'm just helping you. It better be that simple." Tizhou didn't press further and turned to gather wood for the fire. Why is that guy so suspicious of me? A girl blinked her big eyes. Why is he so wary? That's just how he is. You'll get used to T and laughed. By the way, what's your name? Sis. Just call me Xiao. Lincoln observed Xiao from the side. Something seemed off. The girl had a plump body with broad shoulders, yet her cheeks were thick, oddly disproportionate to her figure. Xiao, stay and have something to eat with us. Dan and offered. We can't finish that whole bare arm ourselves. Okay? Xiao nodded happily. Tijan noticed that Xiao was hiding something, but he didn't want to push the issue, hoping she wouldn't try to pull any tricks on them. Tiao Jin set up a simple stove with a few bricks and threw some broken wood into the fire. Tian, with Yiko Xui's help, cleaned the pot and boiled a pot of water. Meanwhile, Tijao handled the bare arm. He was used to cooking at home, but had never cooked a bare arm before. He treated it like a large chicken, first scalding it in hot water to remove the fur, then skinning it and washing off the blood. Tijao insisted that Zhao Xiao not touch the food, and no one objected. Jin found a rusty kitchen knife, sharpened it briefly, and chopped the bare arm into 2 pieces, tossing them whole into the pot. This was the best cooking method they could manage. A meat soup. As the water began to boil, bubbling and gurgling, the group sat in silence, watching the pot. After a while, Lincoln asked, "Do you think bear meat will taste good?" "It's delicious," Jin replied immediately. "Haven't you ever had bear paw?" "You've eaten it," TNT asked, "and was lucky enough to try it once." Jin said, "I'll never forget that taste. If we ever get out of here, I'm definitely going to eat it again." TNT shook her head with a sigh. "You're such a daredevil." "Daredevil?" Jin laughed. TNT, are you crazy? I didn't hunt the bear myself. I just ate it in a restaurant. Eating bear paw is illegal. TNT added. No matter how good it is it worth going to jail for? What nonsense. Jin scoffed. Since when is eating bear paw illegal? TNT frowned. Sometimes she and Jin clicked. At other times, they seemed to be on entirely different wavelengths. You really should spend more time online. She sighed. Stop flaunting your ignorance so confidently. All night? Jin scratched his head. You mean that thing that started getting popular a few years ago? The internet.